Hey guys, coming at you with another review. This is my 1996 GMC Suburban. This is the car that I had before my Civic, and I still have it. Right now I'm trying to sell it or trade it. Like I'm trying to get money or a pickup truck because I prefer a pickup truck a little more. This particular one is a 1500 four-wheel drive, and it's an SLT, top of the line model. It's got the 350 with the 4L60E. You can see this one has a trailer hitch and all the wiring. It's a barn door model, so it's not fully optioned. If it was a fully optioned truck, it would have the tailgate with the wiper, but I personally prefer the barn doors a little more. Open them up. There would be a third row seat here. Right now it's sitting in my basement because I prefer to have a little more cargo area. But you can see it's got the rear heat and AC, full-size spare. Interior is a solid 7 out of 10. It needs a lot of little interior pieces. Anyway, continuing. Power windows, power locks, power bolster on the passenger seat, power driver's seat, leather seats. It's got the overhead console, center console. It has the it has the tape deck and CD player, stereo head unit with the audio controls, push button transfer case. This has AC, but it doesn't work. You can see it doesn't have the... Actually, no, never mind. But it's got an ashtray here. You got your 3 power ports there. Center console with a owner's manual and some touch-up paint. Then it needs door pins. They're kind of creaky, and the paint on the hood and the roof is very faded and cracking. But you can see the back seat. The seats are in okay shape. I would say the driver's seat's the worst of them because it has the tears that they all get. The netting's all stretched out. But I mean, this thing is really solid. The only spot of rust on the entire car is right there. Just has a little bit of rust poking through on the rocker at the very back, but otherwise this thing is rock solid for a GMT400. And it has my favorite front end on it. I think the late GMC front ends on these trucks is the best looking. Over here, pop the hood open. You can see the 350 there. You got your wind out engine bay light as well as your normal engine bay light, both of which don't work. I think they just need bulbs, but I've never bothered replacing them. This has ABS and the engine bay storage, which is probably my favorite feature on this truck. And my least favorite feature about this truck is the ABS, because I've replaced all the brakes on this truck and I've bled the brakes about 3 or 4 times, and I cannot for the life of me get them to bleed to where the pedal's firm, and that is because of the ABS unit. And you need to put the ABS unit into a bleed mode. Problem is, my brother had one of these trucks back in the day. a few years ago, and also had the same ABS unit. He took it to a GM dealership, and they told him that they can't put it into bleed mode because they don't have the tools to do it anymore. So basically, your SOL. They sell kits that is basically a block that connects one line to another to delete the ABS pump. Otherwise, you're pretty much stuck with it unless you can find some way to bleed that ABS pump. So right now the brake pedal is pretty spongy. There's a lot of travel in it, and that is, from all accounts that I've seen online, very normal for these trucks. You can see it also has the roof rack. It has a 345 posi rear, obviously a 345 front rear or front diff. And then you come in here. I'll start it up for you guys. Also, I like the center console. You can see it's very spacious. You got a coin organizer. You got this little flip open thing for like a notepad. And this space my phone fits perfectly in. Then you got your CD organizer, cup holders back here, and then you have another drawer down there. And then you have your cup holders up there. So you have a good amount of cup holders in this thing. They're not good cup holders, but they're there. They don't hold anything really. Start it up. I mean, this thing purrs. This thing starts up great. It also has the compass mirror with the auto dimming, which is a really nice feature. That annoying ass key buzzer. But come around back, purring away. So as far as the review goes, these things ride good. They have a good amount of power. Obviously you're not going to go speeding in one of these, but they have a decent amount of power for what they are. They ride pretty comfortable. They have a lot of interior room, obviously. I could literally lay down in the back of this thing, obviously with the seats folded down, but this thing would make a great family hauler, or maybe even a camper. I just don't personally. I prefer the trucks over the Suburbans, just because I feel bad putting stuff in the back of the Suburban with all the carpeting on the floor and on the sides, and it's nice material. So I feel bad dirtying it up. That's why I got my moving blanket back there. I think the only things I don't like about these trucks are the ABS systems are very finicky. They work, but they lead to more trouble than it's worth with the brake bleeding. Another issue I have with this is obviously the terrible gas mileage, which I'm not blaming this truck specifically, but this thing gets probably like 13-14 miles per gallon average, which is actually not that bad for a Suburban or a pickup truck in general. I would say another issue I have with this is those barn doors. As much as I love them, the windows get very dirty very easily, and obviously there's a wiper to clean them, so you have to come out and wipe them off yourself. Obviously that's not an issue if you keep your car clean. But the mirrors are a little small. That's why I have my blind spot mirrors on them. But I mean, otherwise this thing's a very nice truck. I only have a very small list of complaints. So now I'm going to get in it and drive home because it's freezing. I'll see you guys in the next one.